rolling? We're rolling. Can you hear me? Is that copyright music?
Definitely not.
Oh, is he singing? Hold on. Excuse me, sir. Oh shit! What is this guy doing? That he better not get my shit taken down. Should we walk this way? I need somebody who's alone. But right now we're in Olympia at the pier. This is Washington. This is what it's like on a good day, you know. Excuse me, sir. Do you have time for an interview? Really? Oh, look. That's what people are like. Thank you. It's all right. Okay. Start rolling.
What you got going on?
Oh, it's just for a school thing. Just for my school. But hello. I'm Caleb. What's your name?
Mahaley.
Mark. Mahaley.
Yeah.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a massage therapist, right?
Massage therapist?
Yeah.
How's that?
It's hard work.
Really?
Yeah, I'm up here going to school to get out of it, actually.
To get out of it?
Yeah.
Like pay off loans and stuff?
No, to just stop massaging.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm actually coming up here to work on my environmental science degree.
Oh, trying to pursue a new career?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Right. But how do people view you as a person?
That's a very good question. I've been told that I'm a healer. Maybe a friend.
And
Yeah.
do you believe that you're a good person?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I would say my morals are nice and good.
All right. Do you ever lie?
I have, yeah.
What circumstances do you think it's okay to lie?
Never.
Why lies? Okay.
Getting pretty personal.
I don't lie anymore.
So what did you lie for when you lied?
Many things to get what I want, which wasn't great. I would lie to skew people's perception of me, to make people like me. Lie about situations where I was wrong, you know?
So mostly to protect yourself?
Yeah, I would say so.
Would you consider that selfish?
Yeah.
You would.
Yeah. In certain circumstances, yes.
So you say now you don't lie ever?
I haven't lied in a while, I will say that. My plan is to not lie anymore.
That kid just fell.
Oh no.
Sorry.
But yeah.
With no sound. This is the sound of the B-roll. This is what Olympia looks like. We are out. Hello, my name is Caleb.
Mark.
Mark is your name. How would you say people view you, Mark? Like, how do you think they view you?
I guess it would depend on who you're talking about.
Like your family members.
I really don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be much help to you. I think I'm pretty wonderful, but they might have a different opinion.
So do you think you're a good person? Would you say that?
I think so. Yes, definitely. I certainly don't intend to do any harm to anyone.
You don't intend to. Do you lie?
Never.
You've never lied.
Well, I just did, but not in white lies.
White lies.
Yeah.
White lies. Okay. So when would you say is a good time to lie? Or yeah.
If it is not going to hurt anyone, and if it'll prevent someone else from being hurt, sometimes it's good to just maybe like if someone asks you how they look or how the dress they're wearing, you
lie to them.
Great, sweetheart. But and I would, if it looked really terrible, I wouldn't lie to her at that. But
right.
Just a little exaggeration, should we say. But as far as lying, like big lies,
no,
I don't think so.
So you lie to make someone feel better, or?
Whoa.
Not exactly.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, just little white lies. I mean, have you ever found anyone's going to admit to big lies?
No. Not exactly.
No.
So you tell truth maybe 75% of the time or 80?
I would say 95 to 100.
How do you feel about the LGBTQ parades and the Pride months?
I haven't been to them. I'm no problem with it.
No problem with it.
No.
Okay.
I actually have people who do business with me who are in both those categories.
Do you think it's kind of a sensitive topic?
In this town, probably not. In some places, it might be.
Not saying you're older, assuming your age or anything, but back then to now, is the LGBTQ community different?
Back when I was in, say, high school, it just wasn't a topic.
There wasn't people out there talking about it like that and trying to get new rights and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So, thank you. Nice to meet
That's
you. Well, thank you, Mark. Oh.
Other hand, but that's good enough.
Okay. Today I am just on an interview for my school to see how people feel about the pandemic, because I feel that it's as if like we're kind of coming on a low point of it. It's not as highly pressed, but I don't know how you feel about that.
When you say highly pressed, what do you mean by that? Not as prominently talked about?
Yeah, not as prominently talked about, but more like I feel like some stores and places where you have to wear masks are letting up on it a little bit. I don't know if you have a different.
Yes, I would agree. I think a lot of places have, you might call it lax, depending on your perspective, right?
Right.
But I know for me, it can feel like people are more lax, getting closer to you, and not wearing masks.
Like a old guy back there, he just shook my hand. Like people weren't doing that a couple months ago.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yes, I've had several people shake my hand, which like it's natural, right? Like you still remember that as a reflex.
Yeah.
And so it happened, and then I was like, I just shook someone's hand. I haven't done that in 2 years.
Right.
Should I have done that?
Exactly.
Do you feel like it's something that people want to gloss over and not really talk about the impacts to students like yourself?
Yeah, I almost feel like people, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's more lax. Like, people are kind of just letting it float off in the air, like as if it never happened.
Because they want to kind of get back to normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like everybody should just go back to school, do what they were doing.
Right. To tie it up, so how do you believe that you're a good person?
I like to believe I'm a good person. Try hard.
You do. Do you? I think I don't know. I feel like I'm a pretty good person. I don't know. But do you ever lie? Have you ever lied?
Oh, I think everyone's lied at some point in their life.
Okay. I'm sorry if that threw you off. Oh, that's just something I use to tie up all of my conversation, asking about if you think you're a good person if you lie. How many times you lied?
Interesting way to tie up a conversation.
Yeah. I don't know, cause I guess it gets more personal. Gets a little bit more personal. The last guy told me he tells 95% truth, maybe 5% lies.
5% lies.
Yeah. People believe that it's okay to tell little lies other than big lies.
Which is all a matter of perspective of what's a
Yeah.
little lie or a big lie, right?
And who it affects, really, and how it affects them. So,
Yeah.
what he was saying is basically telling her that her dress looks good or something when she's asking, or just like little white lies.
I would say not to lie, but you reframe it. You maybe highlight something else.
Yeah.
Right? People ask, like, do you like your haircut? Or, that shirt or something.
Yeah.
And say, maybe that color isn't the best for you.
Yeah.
I really liked such and such.
I try to tell people the truth if I think their outfit's bad.
Yeah. Or they've got broccoli in their teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody wants to go around like that.
Because I mean, like, better out than in,
Exactly.
So would you say it's okay to lie or no?
I generally believe it's not okay to lie.
Okay. If I could ask you just a question, what do you do for a living? Concert promoter?
Yes.
Whose concerts do you promote?
Well, I live in Seattle, and I promote everything from Paul McCartney to The Killers to last night I did Bikini Kill, an Olympia legendary punk band, and a lot of DJ music.
Do you have?
Tyler, the Creator.
Oh, Tyler the Creator. I was gonna ask you, do you have any rappers like pop artists?
A lot.
A lot.
Yeah.
Ha-
Name them, maybe I've gotten them.
It's a who comes to Seattle? Lil Baby or
Never done a Little Baby show.
what about Khalid? You know Khalid?
I did Khalid's first shows ever in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
The last one I did was at Marymore Park.
Right.
And a 5,000 capacity outdoor. I think it's the summer of 2018. And he was the nicest kid.
Right. So how do you get into concert promotion?
For me, I grew up in Olympia. I went to Olympia High. And in the 80s and 90s, it was a huge music scene. With K Records and Kill Rock Stars, and were the popular record labels in Seattle,
Right.
or in Olympia. And I was friends with all those bands that were from here, like the Slater Kinney, and Bikini Kill, and Unwound, and Fits of Depression, and Melvins. Bands like Nirvana was from here.
So you grew up knowing all these artists? Like you knew them personally, or you just grew up in the same town as them? Both.
Yes. And I became essentially a roadie for a lot of those bands, and going on, driving the van or selling the merchandise. And I would put on small shows at like Capitol Theater, and eventually small shows got bigger in the late 90s, and then I moved to Seattle in '97, and I started booking nightclubs up there, and that's when I've run a place called the Showbox for 22 years.
So were you always wealthy? Is that how you started getting into it?
I was not. I was not. My mom was a social worker here at St. Pete's, and she was a CBS worker for the state. And no, we were certainly not wealthy. My dad my stepdad was an asshole. Was the probation officer at juvenile hall. And no, we weren't people of money. I grew up on Puget and then in Lacey.
All right.
Pretty normal.
So you grew up around, or you grew up with these kids and kind of matured with these people, like all around music? Are you into music a lot?
Yeah. I never learned how to play anything, but I was, because I don't like being in front and center. I like being behind the scenes more so. And now I'm 53 years old. I've been doing it for a really long time, for 30 years. So
Wow, that's incredible.
yeah, it's not something I ever thought would be like a career. I thought it would just be like go on the road and then be like my mom and be a social worker and hate my life. But now I'm a concert promoter and now I just hate my life. I mean, it's cool on the outside, but it's a lot of work. It's a pain in the ass,
So was it a full-on accident, or did you start taking steps towards being a?
It was. I guess it was a happy accident.
Like you were kind of already in the
Yeah,
position.
I,
So
you
you
know,
continued.
I ran away from high school. I joined the Navy. I came back here in '91, and I didn't know what to do. I was a dishwasher. I worked in restaurants, and then I just started working in music, and I didn't make any money. I made $12,000 when I was 30 years old, I think.
So when did what year did you really start getting traction and picking up money and start having checks come in from this show?
99 or 2000, it actually became a full-time real job. I didn't have to have a second job to do it at that point. So 99.
So at that,
I was probably 29 or 30 years old.
so at that point, how long were you doing it? 99.
Like 6 years, 6-7 years on making all those bands, trying to put shows on.
So you know all those bands, you know them personally, like Nirvana, and you said Bikini Killer. Is that who you said? Oh, Bikini Kill. I only know Nirvana out of everybody that you named, and Khalid.
Did you grow up here?
Yes.
Right. Well, I mean, there was this incredible rock and roll scene in this town in the 80s and 90s. That it was underground, it was independent, it was super cool. So, something you guys should research for, growing up here.
That's what you were a part of?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. All these, how has Olympia changed? Because you said you grew up here, right? So how has Olympia changed? Did they have a lot of shows here, or was it still?
I actually asked someone last night who still lives here, and he said that there's still like punk rock houses that have
That are
parties
still up?
Yeah, that are still
functioning?
putting on basement shows and stuff, and it sounds like it's still cool. He said a lot of it is like hardcore,
Yeah. Like screamo and stuff?
Yeah, metal shows and stuff, but that's cool.
That's still music.
Yeah,
Still...
no, it's cool.
Oh, is this your wife?
Yeah. Also a concert promoter.
Did you get her into the business, or did
No, she was in it, and we just ended up hanging out.
So is it like, how Seattle's bigger than Olympia,
Yeah.
kinda?
Yeah.
Was it like that back then, or was Olympia more the?
Always, and we thought Olympia was the big city and all the too fancy for us, and we like being small, independent Olympia rock and roll scene, punk rockers. Right. Where do you guys go to school?
I go to school at North Thurston. I play football. I did play Olympia High School like 2 games ago.
How'd it go?
They won by like a touchdown. Yeah.
Bummer.
But they're a really good team.
What do you play?
Corner and receiver. But you guys look like you have stuff to do, so
Yeah.
I'll let you go.
Yeah.
Thank you for the interview.
Yeah. What's your name?
I'm Caleb.
I'm Chad.
Nice to meet you, Chad.
Nice to meet you.
And thank you. That was a great interview, by the way. I didn't expect you to be a concert promoter. That's a nice job.
Yeah, no, it's weird.
Mhm.
It's weird that I'm sitting in a fucking boat.
Mhm. That's what I'm saying.
Getting ready to drive out of here. We came and went grocery shopping,
Right.
but it's hometown, so it's nice to be able to go come into town, hang out.
Just the last question: did any of the music industry and like the fast-paced life, did it any of it like catch you by storm, like kind of overwhelm you?
No, I think as I've gotten older, I think it's gotten harder. Like
To keep up,
to
or
be young and it's so much simpler.
to keep up with all the hip stuff and things?
Well, we hire younger people certainly to keep up with all the hip
To
stuff.
do that stuff.
And we have a huge network of people that do what we do, like 100 people. We're on the phone every Tuesday. Like we have Zoom meetings with 100 people that do the same thing around the nation. So, someone could tell us like, this is the hot new act, and we go research it.
I mean, because I'm kind of in the same position, not at like the same position as you, but my friends make music. So would I call you guys to get them a show or something?
Yeah.
I would call you guys
I would call one of my younger people in the
to
office
take
and
care
say-
of it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I do all the old man shit now.
Okay, like all the paperwork and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's when it gets shitty.
Hmm.
That's when work starts sucking.
Right. Well, I'm Caleb, and you're
Chad.
Chad. I thank you for your time.
Yeah. Good to talk to you guys.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Nice. We got him. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Well,